Hey, Shalom. Call hello, Yahwashim, Yahushua, Bashim, Kwakadash, the one said apostles, that was a great millstone. Peace and salutations to you. Sincere Akim out there pushing the truth in patience and sincerity. Hey, I'm just jumping to two particular chapters I was getting into. This is First Peter 5:1. The elders which are among you I exhort, who am also an elder, and the witness of the sufferings of Yahushua, and also a partaker of the glory that shall be revealed. Feed the flock of the Most High which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind. Neither as being lords over the Most High's heritage, but being ensamples to the flock. And that word ensample, I jump to it, that word ensemble, that's Strong's, that's Greek 5179. This particular one, definition for an example, in the technical sense, the pattern and conformity to which a thing must be made. Yeah, that's an example to be imitated. That's right. So basically, he's telling you being examples to the flock. And when the chief shepherd shall appear, which is Yahushua, ye shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away. Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Yet all of you be subject one to another, and be clothed with humility. For the Most High resisteth the proud, and giveth grace to the humble. Humble yourselves therefore under the mighty hand of the Most High, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. And that statement can never ring more true, because even now, Esau shooting us down. It's all kind of chaos and confusion in the world. You got our people, a lot of our people who made a deal with Esau, disappearing, popping up dead, and we're in the state of pure. Well, Israel, not the men of the Lord, but Israel is in a state of pure confusion. Verse 9, whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. But the power of all grace, who called us into his eternal glory by Yahushua, after that ye have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, settle you. To him be glory and dominion and ever. Amen. Basically, man, the scriptures, Peter's telling you to lock in. Make you perfect, establish, strengthen, settle you. And that's one thing you have to definitely consider during your journey in the truth. I'm no expert by any means, but the scriptures ring true for everybody. And I could definitely see that, man. You have to, it's a process of becoming perfect, bringing your mind out of this world that's ruled by Satan. You have all your personal demons or whatever that you have to deal with. And like it says, man, you just make you perfect, establish you. You're being established, you're being strengthened, and you're being settled. You're becoming that stone that the Lord, that lively stone that the Lord needs. To him, or the Lord uses, because the Lord can use who he wants to use. To him be glory and dominion forever and ever. Amen. By Silvanus, a faithful brother unto you, as I suppose, I have written briefly, exhorting and testifying that this is the true grace of the Most High wherein ye stand. The church that is at Babylon, elected together with you, saluteth you, and so doth Marcus, my son. Greet ye one another with a kiss of charity. Peace be with you, all that are in Yahushua. Amen. And that kiss, of course, that was a kiss of on the cheek of brotherhood. That was an ancient world custom. which is that, and that's part of the law too. But once again, we're not under the law. We can't do everything that's in the law. That stuff like that, you just have to read it and understand it, because that's not a custom, and especially in this sick ass society. Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report. Through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of the Most High, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. By faith, and it's going to go on, by faith Abel offered unto the Most High a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous. The Most High testifying of his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. By faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found, because the Most High had translated him. For before his translation he had this testimony that he pleased the Most High. But without faith it is impossible to please him, for he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. By faith Noah, being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the faith, and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith. By faith Abraham, when he was called to go into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and went out, not knowing whither he went. By faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. Salakia. Some kind of. For he looked for a city which hath foundations, whose builder and maker is the Most High. Through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed, and was delivered of a child when she was past age, because she judged him faithful who had promised. Therefore sprang, and we know, of course, that was Isaac, and they called the child Isaac. Isaac means laughter, because when the angel told her she was gonna have a baby, she laughed, but she still had faith, and that was true. And the reason I'm jumping to Hebrews 11 is because we're coming up to a time where, basically this is it. This is the final test, the final, in the game they say it's the final boss. This is it. And I just want to put this out here, man, for brothers, because the spirit was on me, man, because I could just see it for me, speaking for myself. Everything has led up to this moment. This is the moment that counts. And you watch these different events, these March Madness or whatever, where everything comes down to the wire, and you got people who choke, you got people who come out and they meet the challenge head on, or you have like a Cinderella story or something, and that's always a beautiful thing to see. And that's kind of how our journey of the Israelites has been. It's been a Cinderella story, as they would say in this world. And it's coming to an end, or a time where we're going to get a kingdom, but of course not without going through hell. And I'm gonna get to that part next, though. Verse 12. Therefore sprang there even of one, and him as good as dead, so many as the stars of the sky in multitude, and as the sand which is by the shore innumerable. These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. For they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country. And truly, if they had been mindful of that country from whence they came out, they might have had an opportunity to have returned. But now they desire a better country, that is, a heavenly. Wherefore the Most High is not ashamed to be called their God, for he hath prepared for them a city. By faith Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac, and he that hath received the promises offered up his only begotten son, of whom it was said that in Isaac shall thy seed be called, accounting that the Most High was able to raise him up even from the dead, from whence he received him in a figure. By faith Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. That's where we're at now. By faith Jacob, when he was dying, blessed both the sons of Joseph and worshipped, leaning upon the top of his staff. By faith Joseph, when he died, made mention of the departing of the children of Israel, and gave commandment concerning his bones. By faith Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents, because they saw he was a proper child, and they were not afraid of the king's commandment. By faith Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. Yeah, because if Moses would have took that deal, he would have been rich. He would have been rich, and there's a lot of people on this earth now who took that deal. They're enjoying those pleasures for a season, and you know, not just doing that, but rub it into your face. You know, you could go on YouTube, go on the gram, and see all of the riches and the wonderful things that they have. But like it says, it's for a season. At a certain time, all that shit is going in. Esteeming the reproach of Yahushua greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured as seeing him who is invisible, which of course we know the Most High. Through faith he kept the Passover and the sprinkling of blood, lest he that destroyed the firstborn should touch them. By faith they passed through the Red Sea as by dry land, which the Egyptians, essaying to do, were drowned. By faith the walls of Jericho fell down after they were compassed about 7 days. And I'm going to skip down. Jumping to verse 32. And what shall I more say? For the time would fail me to tell of Gideon, and of Barak, and of Samson, and of Jephthah, and of David, and Samuel, and of the prophets. Jephthah. Excuse me, that was Jephthah, who was the son of Gideon, Salakia, who through faith subdued kingdoms, wrought righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouths of lions, quenched the violence of fire, escaped the edge of the sword, out of weakness were made strong, waxed valiant in fight, turned to flight the armies of the aliens. Women received their dead raised to life again, and others were tortured, not accepting deliverance, that they may obtain a better resurrection. And others had trial of cruel mockings and scourgings, yea, moreover of bonds of imprisonment. They were stoned, they were sawn asunder, were tempted, were slain with the sword. They wandered about in sheepskins and goatskins, being destitute, afflicted, tormented, of whom the world was not worthy. They wandered in deserts and in mountains and in dens and caves of the earth. Yep, he's talking about different men who such as Abraham and the rest of these men who, you know, like I said, they were mocked, they were stoned, they received all of this affliction. You know, they were brought to low states, and a lot of times they were made martyrs of. Like I said, they wandered in deserts and mountains and dens and caves of the earth, of whom the world was not worthy. These were men set up by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And of course, we know there's nothing new under the sun. The more things change, the more they stay the same. So that might, you know, that definitely is going to be something that comes to pass again. And these all, having obtained a good report through faith, received not the promise, the Most High having provided some better things for us, that they without us should not be made perfect. Then I'm going to finish it off. I'm going to jump to Psalms 37 and 1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb. Trust in the Lord and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Yep, and the scriptures also say, envy not thy oppressor, and follow not his ways. Cease from anger, and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. That's right. And then, it's more, but I'm gonna just end it right there, because that's the idea I was trying to convey. The Spirit put it on me to convey. These are desperate times, and it's gonna require faith. Faith in the men that lead you, because that's kind of been something that's been touched upon. Faith upon the things to come, faith in the doctrine, and you have to have confidence in yourself, along with the humility to endure through chastening and endure through the things that are to come. But with that being said, man, I hope that was edifying. Shalom.